True criticism and practical criticism. Key point in practical criticism. After the Romantic, the main development in critical theory were the works of mid and late Victorian like George Eliot, Matthew Arnold, and Henry James. Two distinctive tracks in the development of English criticism can be seen. One of the practical criticism leading through Samuel Johnson and M. Arnold to T.S. Eliot and F. R. Lewis. It tend to center Johnson's and close analysis of the work of practical writers. And given the traditions of close reading, the other track lies through Sidney Wordsworth, Coleridge, George Eliot, and Henry James. This is idea led rather than text led. Enemy of text. Richard presents enemy poems to his students, withholding information about the author and historical context. His object was to encourage students to concentrate on the word on the page rather than relying on perceived or received beliefs about a text. Reader-centered approach. Richard shifts the focus from the author intentions or historical context to the reader experience of the text. He argued that the meaning of a literary work is not fixed or predetermined but emerges through the reader interactions with the text. The proper concern of literary criticism is not with the external circumstance or effect or historical positions of a work, but with detailed considerations of the work itself as an independent entity. In practical criticism, he states words and paper form a pattern which steer the reader in certain definite way. These recognitions of the reader emotional engagement is central to his approach. Close reading, which her former students F. R. Lewis had popularized the method of close reading through his journal Security. Richard emphasized the importance of close reading where it pay meticulous attention to the language, imagery, and formal element of a text. He believed that by examination these details reader can uncover the deeper layer of meaning in a work. In practical criticism, he highlighted how careful analysis of word choice and imagery can reveal deeper meaning and evoke different emotional responses. Intentional and effective fallacy. criticism, Wimsatt and Monners both say in their related essay, The Intentional Fluency 1946 and Effective Fluency 1949 possess that the intentions of the successful author will be identifiable in the poem without any need. Without the intent of the successful author will be identifiable in the poem without any need to go outside the poem to find it. We must not confuse the author with the voice of the poem. Are fictions the narrator? Richard also rejects the idea that the author's intention should be. Richard also primary focus on the literary analysis. Impersonal and objective analysis. In practical criticism, Richard analyzed the diverse interpretations of the poem by his students, illustrating how different readers can reverse various meanings from the same text based on their individual experience and perspective. While emphasizing the reader's subjective response, he also acknowledged that there are objective elements in a text that can influence interpretations. He warned that the interpretations of a text should not be overly influenced by personal opinion, emotions, or basis of the readers or critics. Instead, he encouraged readers to approach a text as a piece of art that can be studied relationally and systematically. Richard cautions against committing the biographical fluency and the historical fluency. The biographical fluency involves interpreting a text solely light of the author's life experience, while the historical fluency involves interpreting a text based on the historical context in which it was written. His impersonal theory suggests that while these factors may provide some context, they should not dominate the interpretations. The role of emotion. Richard introduced the idea of the two uses of language. He argued that language can have both reflective functions, where words convey information about the world, and an emotive function, where words evoke feelings and emotions. Practical criticism is particularly concerned with the emotional functions of language and how it shapes the reader. Response in practical criticism, he discussed how certain words in a poem could evoke emotions like nostalgia, joy, or sadness, and how this emotional response can contribute to the reader's engagement with the text. The dialogue natures of interpretation. Rich had considered the reader's interpretations of the text be a dynamic dialogue between the readers and the text itself. He saw international as an ongoing process that could change and evolve as the reader understanding and perspective evolved. In practical criticism, he encouraged readers revisit text and explore how their responses might change over time.